video, I wanted to share with you guys kind of the top reasons people who start with Ultimate Frisbee have trouble transitioning to disc golf. I started out myself playing Ultimate Frisbee a lot throughout high school and college, and then was exposed to disc golf, and I honestly hated it at first because I didn't understand the discs. To me, that was one of the biggest things. But I wanted to share with you some of the issues I had, and I have a lot of other friends that played Ultimate Frisbee that have tried playing disc golf, and you see a few common things they almost always do wrong, and there's some simple fixes to those things. The first has to do with the way Ultimate Frisbee is played. You typically, the person throwing the disc will have someone directly in front of them, and you can pivot to throw the disc. So you don't have the luxury to run up and throw it exactly how you want. Oftentimes you're extending and reaching away from your body to avoid the defender. In disc golf, you don't have a defender in front of you, so you don't have to worry about reaching out. But because Ultimate Frisbee players have worked on throwing it away from their body like this, they never learn to keep it close to the body, and they lose a lot of power. You see most Ultimate Frisbee players that go to throw it, and they throw it like away from their body, and it doesn't go very far at all. So the simple fix to that is work on the footwork to kind of get in the right position and keep that disc closer to your body so you can kind of get that slingshot effect and get a lot more distance. Number 2 on the list is something that you see almost everyone who played Ultimate have trouble with, is they almost always throw hyzers and they can't throw anything else. And there's an obvious reason for this. The reason is that a Ultimate Frisbee disc is an understable putter, essentially. So to be able to throw it correctly, you have to throw that disc at an extreme hyzer angle, and it'll flip up to flat. So basically, the Ultimate Frisbee players have all practiced that hyzer flip shot, and they can't get away from this lower release angle here or here. That's probably the biggest reason I hated disc golf when I was first exposed to it. I went to go throw a forehand. I was quite good at forehands at the time, and I released it like this and couldn't understand why the disc dove off to the side and didn't flip up. And it took learning to throw the disc and releasing it flatter, forehand and backhand, to understand how the discs are going to react. And probably one of even the smarter ideas would be to start with an understable disc and learn to throw that hyzer flip shot with a disc golf disc and slowly get more and more stable and learn to throw flatter and flatter so you have more versatility. And it's not just purely the hyzer that you can release at different angles and use different discs. Number 3 on the list is very similar to number 1. Because, again, you have a defender in front of you most of the time when you're throwing, oftentimes you don't have the luxury of a full follow-through. Because if you were to kind of reach around here, your arm could easily hit into that person there, so you're kind of releasing here and not really following fully through with your body. Again, you're going to lose a lot of momentum. You're more likely to hurt yourself by decelerating like that, and you just lose a lot of distance in the throw. So instead of throwing that disc, like they again, away from their body, they typically do, and then stopping prematurely, you want to, again, keep it close to your body, release, and follow all the way through. You want to see that left hand come up across over your right shoulder if you're a right-handed backhand thrower.
The 4th thing on the list I had video of, but you could tell I was having issues with too much background noise, and it was really too much. So the last thing we talked about was the full reach back. That's a term people often use, reach back. Sometimes it can convey the wrong message. What we mean by reach back is just to get that full rotation of the body, not to actually reach back. So when we're going to throw, it's not so much a matter of coming back here and extending beyond. This is going to put you off balance, and you're not going to have power. It's more about stepping, turning the shoulders away, but still keeping your body mostly upright to get full power. You see a lot of the Ultimate players, for the same reason we just said with the follow-through or getting away from the body, it's more about just that quick movement, quick release, and not about getting full power, because you're typically not trying to throw at a huge distance. So for those who play Ultimate, they typically just don't get that full rotation, and therefore they lose out on a lot of power. Not that you necessarily need that on every shot, but if you have a long drive, you really need to rotate fully in order to get as much out of that throw as possible. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions or any topics you want me to cover. Have a good one.